Today we want to talk to you about Blue Monday because it is about now, right? Yes. I'm Robin and this is Sonia, and we are Bali Moms on the Go. Don't be sad.
I'm getting a bit like a blues, getting the blues.
Yeah, this time of year is a very hard time of year for people. Part of it is because the bills are starting to come in from Christmas time, and so people sort of
It's a transition.
Yeah, they panic a little bit, or we feel like we should be doing something and that we're not, and maybe we haven't taken the time to set our intentions down, and so we sort of.
And the weather might be cold, so it might be depressing.
Today is really foggy. Like today is a good day, a good example of that. Yeah,
like a mix of like the weather is too cold, and maybe your work plan is not going as fast as you would like to.
Yeah, not enough sunshine.
Like not enough. As you say, not enough money.
Yeah.
After all the joy of the holiday break, like going back to like the speed, and then it's like all that might be like you feel like It's just the beginning of the year.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's a really common thing, and you hear about it in the news and everything like that all the time. So we wanted to tackle that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that I always tell people is to plan.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that's not everybody's like forte. It's, like I'm a planner, you're a planner, but that's not.
And we don't plan the same too.
Yeah, we don't actually at all. Like I'm much more off the cuff than you are, I think.
Yeah.
But we have to find a way that works for you. And one of the things that I used to have, I always have a statement on my phone that pops up twice a day in my calendar, so that it just reminds me to stay on track and to stay focused. And because I'm a little like, so it just reminds me, tune back in and stay on track. And so it used to be, I changed it. Right now it's a bit more aggressive because it's just, that's where I have a lot going on. But it used to be, your success lies in your daily habits. Mm-hmm. And that's one that we forget a lot because we have these grand plans, but then we fail to recognize that those grand plans are going to take a long list of daily things that have to happen to get to that grand plan.
And I like to see it like, because it's the beginning of the year, but it's also the beginning of a decade. So it means that you can progress on your goals with years. Like you don't have to be like hit that in 1 month or 2 months, whatever goals you have.
Yeah.
Or like in the full year, but maybe in 2-3 years you can like, if you really define your steps, you know that okay, in 1 year I might be able to like reach about this type of goal and this, and then maybe in 3 years you're gonna really be where you would wish to be.
Right. Yeah, that's a really good point. And I think that some of those goals that we have do take years. You know, like I've been working on my website, you guys, for almost 3 years, and it's been a longer journey than I wanted it to be. But that's what, because life doesn't go like that. Like, right? It's like,
it's really
back
like
and forward and
take the time. Like one of the examples I did like many years. So when I had my second baby, I knew that I was planning to go back in shape, but like just take the time to get my body really recover. Because I know we see like a lot on social media, people like recovering like in 3 months, they have like flat tummy, all muscles, and full of energy.
Lovely.
It's nice. Well, they manage because they have whatever they're putting out, but it's not the journey of everyone. And I knew that for me, it took like a year and 2-3 months to really recover where I wanted to be and feel really better.
And feel good too.
Feel good, like more energized, feeling okay with my body, how is what changing, but I was acknowledging the steps. And then it took me like 3-4 months to really start again doing like being active, because I wanted to get slow pace.
Yeah.
And so my vision was like to reach that in 1.5 years, and I did it like 1 year in 2-3 months. But then I took the time. I didn't feel like in 1 month, I'm going to be on track and be all these like famous people and do that, because that wasn't my journey.
Yeah. Good for you. That's good. Yeah.
So I know you can reach the goals like if you really think long term. Depends on the goals. Some are like more actionable and you can really get them like faster, but some maybe think in the longer term.
Yeah,
that's
totally
really something I would like to like.
Especially bigger ones like that. Yeah. I think that part of the challenge is back to what we said at the very, very front, which is to actually make a plan.
Yes.
Right? Like, so we have our book here. This is the Bali Moms book that Sonia keeps here, and we use that to plan our videos.
Yes.
And outline. We also have a Google Drive that we plan our videos so that we can communicate with each other when we're not together. But when I'm coaching people, often what I'm asking them to do is to get it on paper.
Yeah.
And I know you guys, I just heard them groan. Did you hear them groan? I know it's not, but honestly, if you could take 2 hours on a Sunday or something and just sit down with a piece of paper and just purge your mind, you know, like just write down all of the things that you think that you want to accomplish, including the things that you don't think you're gonna. You know, like write those down too. Because lots of times we feel like, oh, I'm going to be a famous actress, and you don't think it's possible, and you don't think you're ever going to achieve it. It feels like a dream, not a goal. Write it down anyway.
Oh yeah.
Who cares? Nobody else is going to look at that paper but you.
Yeah, and then look at any areas of your life, like what you would like to be better at, your family management, whatever you're managing in your
mind,
family,
body, and soul.
Yeah, every area.
Yeah, and then take those bigger items. Choose 3, 2, maybe 1, but choose a couple and then move them to a different piece of paper. And then on that paper, task it out. So if I want to achieve this, what are the 1,000 things?
100. Like, are you speaking French suddenly? I've contaminated.
It's my English. Oh my God. 10,000 things. What 10,000 things do you have to do? Little things, teeny tiny things, do you have to do to get that big thing? And then there's one more step. Move those tasks into your calendar. But lay them out over 3 months, 6 months, 8 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever. Some goals are big, right? So some take more time. And put them in your calendar. And then think about it as daily, small tasks.
Little bites every time. So
like I have a full-time job now. That just happened this year. And
last year, you mean?
April. Last year.
Yes.
That just happened last year. And but I still am running my own business, and I'm still doing Bali Moms, and I'm still dancing. So everything else that I was already doing has not changed. So I really had to hone in and focus on the daily things that I have to do all of those things. Because I want to do them all. You know, I'm not doing things because I feel like obligated or no, I want to. This is I love that. Exactly. So I make it happen. You know, people ask me all the time, how do you get so much done? I plan. You know, there's no way I'm winging my everyday. So
and then you review as you progress.
That's right.
In the time.
That's right. Because you'll have setbacks.
Or you maybe like rethink your goals or like steps of your goals.
That's right.
And then adjust. It's like, oh yeah, so I did that, but it didn't work. And then review and then adjust, and it's okay.
Or you're doing really, really well, and so that end goal actually becomes a bigger thing because you can see now the results that are coming from those daily actions. Oh man, I'm telling you, I wish I could explain how powerful it is when you start doing it. You actually start achieving these things. You know, instead of just sitting there. I know so many people who just sit there every day and they talk about all the things that they want to do, and then they never do it. And then a year later, they're still talking about those same things. But then when they actually sit down and put task and pen to paper, and then stuff starts happening.
Oh yes, and then you can check the box. It's like, oh yeah, I did that, and I did that. And
life
progress.
Changing.
It is. But you have to really like break it down. Some tasks need to really be breaking down. So you can see the progress, because sometimes you have resistance, right? When you do some tasks and you need to like, okay, maybe now I just have to get one phone call. Well,
you kind of doubt yourself, right? You doubt yourself and you think, oh, it's too hard, or
it's too big. It's too
those days you have setbacks. You just let that day pass and then carry on the next day. But how often do you go back?
Depends on the goal. So depends on the way how you work. Like I know that I do weekly. Like every week I'm like tracking. It's like, okay, I'm progressing on this task and this is good, and I have to review. I have to put more time here or less time. And so for me, what it works is like weekly. Some people have to do it daily because they have to check their daily tasks.
Sure. Yeah.
Some have like twice a month, or have monthly. So it really depends on your goals and how you define them, and how much time you need to put into that. So
yeah, I think I kind of do both. So I do weekly. I have a business coach, so I have somebody to hold me accountable to make sure. So that is also very helpful. And we both provide that service. So just saying.
Yeah.
But he is very valuable to me. So I meet with him every week, and we just literally we just go through it, and then we set up the next phase. So that's very good. And then but every night I do review my calendar for the next day, but that's only just so that I'm not surprised the next day. So I know where I'm at,
because you have so many, right?
Yeah, because I'm very busy. So that way I don't miss stuff or not show up for stuff, although I did miss something yesterday. My son had an orthodontist appointment yesterday.
Oh no.
Yes, I saw it in my calendar after. I was like, oh, okay, missed that one. But so it still happens. But I still take the time to make sure that I'm checking. And then the two of us, we also meet. We try to meet at least weekly to touch base and see where we're at. Even And then we had a year-end meeting. So there's ways to just keep checking in and keep checking back, but it is very personal. And
I think a good point to that is that you have to connect with people. You don't have to do it alone, because doing it alone, like, you have a lot of self-control that sometimes you're like just purging your energy out with that. So you have to connect and share, like, your struggle, your wins, share it with community, with people who can understand, who have like a coach, who can help you do and achieve,
and who isn't necessarily connected to the everyday. That's kind of a nice thing about the coach.
So don't do it alone, so you don't feel depressed and you feel like
because sometimes when you are busy getting about a goal, you don't have anybody to celebrate those wins with, or to cry on their shoulder when you have those falls. It can be very lonely. Okay,
so right, so the insights. Okay, so the first one: take your time.
Take your time.
Yes. The goal doesn't have to happen in the 10 weeks
it probably
or
won't.
the 2 days or the 2 weeks, whatever, like short term, like plan it ahead.
Number 2, review your plan often. And then, like we just said, that timing will be a little different for everybody, but look again.
And the third one, connect with people. Share your journey with people who can trust.
Yes.
Whether it's like, if you have to cry or celebrate, share it. Don't do it alone, because it's tough. It's too tough. You don't need that on your shoulder.
That's right. Share. Just share some of that burden. And those wins.
Yes.
Okay, guys, get a piece of paper. Start writing it down and tell us how it goes.
Yes.
We want to know. Okay, let us know.
Right.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.